Thanks for taking the time to check out this information on Valpak. We've changed so much over the last couple years that we call ourselves the new Valpak. And just by way of introduction, my name is Ryan Stuckey. This is a picture of me and my wife. And several years ago, I started an advertising agency called Deal Advisor. And we didn't even work with Valpak when we first started out. We were doing digital advertising. We were growing really fast. We picked up a couple hundred clients here in Utah. And we started having clients who started asking us about print advertising. So we did some tests, and we did Valpak. We compared it against other print companies, and we ran all the data for our clients, and we started finding that we were getting the best return on investment for our clients when we ran them in Valpak. So we decided to choose Valpak as our #1 preferred print partner, and soon we were sending so much business to Valpak that we decided to merge with them. And so about 2 years ago, that merge took place. So I do own 50% of the Valpak franchise here in the Salt Lake and surrounding areas. And so I am biased in that regard, but it hasn't always been that way. And I chose Valpak for very specific reasons, and it was data driven. Since we merged, our revenue has gone up 71%, and our retention is double for new clients that start mailing in Valpak. And so Valpak was working really well before, but it's working even better now, and it's because of a lot of the changes that we've made that these things have happened. And we don't say this to brag about ourselves, but we just say this so that businesses understand that what we are doing is really working well for our clients, and it pays off to advertise in Valpak. Not all print advertising is created equal. We've created this chart to show what Valpak does compared to other print companies, and we didn't put together this chart to sling mud at our competition, which is why we have not put their names here. But we do like to highlight some of the differences and help businesses understand why you do get a better return on investment with Valpak. If you're just looking for the cheapest price per home, you can go bid your print advertising out, and you're going to find that Valpak is not the cheapest per home, but it's also not the most expensive. Our pricing is actually somewhere in the middle, but what you get is so much better. So many additional services and features that really pay off and get you a better return on investment. So once again, I don't want to say anything bad about the other print companies. In fact, we have a lot of clients who use these other print companies and also find that they get a good response over there. And so, but we just want to highlight that there are differences with what you get at Valpak, and that's where we found the best return on investment for our clients at Deal Advisor. So it's not just about bidding out the cheapest price per home you can get. Right here is a testimonial from Absolute Air. For every $1 they invest in Valpak, they get a $10 return, and this is a common theme that a lot of our clients say, that nothing else has performed as well for them as Valpak does, and that's what it's all about. So we have a huge stack of testimonials from a lot of happy clients. One of the cool things that we're doing is we have an extensive marketing budget to drive people to open our envelopes. So it's really cool, but we mail out random $100 checks in envelopes, and that creates buzz, and it encourages people to open them. It was actually, before I even merged with Valpak, my business partner, he mailed out 34 checks kind of as a test out in Salt Lake County and Utah County. And I like to ask people to guess how many of those checks got cashed. And the answer is 31 out of 34 got cashed. So this helps to prove the open rates that we tell people that we have. And when I heard this story, I said, we need to start mailing checks out every single month, because this is cool the way that it creates buzz, and it's a great message for us to communicate in our mass media that we're doing. We're actually ramping this up more and more. So a couple months ago, we were advertising on the Discovery Channel on TV. We're about to launch a big radio campaign. You'll be seeing us in some big sporting events with advertisements. We just launched a billboard the other day, and we have a huge reach with social media and bloggers. And we like to talk about the awesome deals that we have and tell people to make sure they open their check to see if they got the $100, or to open the envelope to see if they got the $100 check. This is the billboard that we just put up the other day, an awesome deal that we have on the Pass of All Passes, and you can get the promo code on valpak.com. So these are the types of things that we're doing to drive our open rates up like crazy and get a good return on investment for our clients. We also have an incredible digital program. That's one of the things that originally attracted me to Valpak when I had my agency Deal Advisor. I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but Valpak.com has a ton of traffic. We have a mobile app with almost 1 million downloads, and we have a lot of clients that are getting a ton of customers off of this digital program. Boondocks Fun Center is one of our big clients, and they tell us that they get 50% of their coupons are coming from our digital program, and 50% from the print, and they mail millions of print pieces every single year with us. And they found that the print and digital work really well together, so people see it in the envelope, but they bring it in on the mobile app and vice versa. And as a side note, Boondocks has tested tons of advertising as well. They've tried all the different print companies, and they've stuck with Valpak. They're not doing any other print companies right now. They found the best return is with Valpak, and they've also dropped a lot of their other traditional media with in other areas, but Valpak continues to perform really well for them, and they're really happy with it. They actually increased the amount that they were doing with Valpak over this last year. So actually, I'm not going to go into detail here. If you want to learn more about the digital program, then you can talk to one of our representatives. But I want to talk a little bit about the print side of things. This is what we're known for. Valpak's been doing this for almost 50 years. As I already talked about, we have a really high open rate. We can do precision targeting right around the areas where you want to hit, so you have no wasted coverage. And we only put one business on each coupon inside the envelope, and that's really important because we could put somebody else on the backside, but it would drop the return on investment that we get, and it wouldn't be as effective. And even though that would cut our costs in half, we are not about cutting corners. We're about the best return on investment for our clients. Valpak several years ago built a new print facility out in Florida, and they spent millions and millions of dollars on it. And at that time, they could have changed the format. They could have gone for bigger coupons or a different size, or they could have gone to a magazine format. But they did tons of studies and surveys. They even put glasses on people that had retinal scanners to track their eye movements. And what they found is that when you're inside a magazine or something like that, your business can get lost in the shuffle. There's a lot for people's eyes to take in, and they don't know where to look. And in Valpak, people flip through the offers, and each business in there gets 100% of the consumer's attention on their offer, one at a time as they flip through, decide whether it's relevant or not. They sort the piles out. They keep the ones that they're interested in. They don't have to cut them. They don't have to tear them. And they save those coupons, and that's where you get a long shelf life where people stick them on the fridge or they put them in their purse, and they use those offers, and that turns into new customers for you. And these are some of the reasons why it works so well. Also, Valpak mails to a middle and upper income demographic. We cut out the low income housing and the trailer parks and apartment complexes. We're targeting single family dwellings predominantly, and we see in a lot of our testimonials that our clients say that Valpak consumers are higher quality, they spend more money, they have higher average tickets, more upsell, and they turn into repeat customers. It's not your typical coupon clipper stereotype that brings in a Valpak coupon, and this is one of the top reasons why I love Valpak and chose to merge my company with Valpak. You can get more information on the maps and zones that we have by talking to one of our representatives, but before I wrap up, I just want to talk about our tracking program that we have. It's called Pack Track, and on your advertisement, we can tell you exactly how many people go to your website off of the ad and how many people call the phone number that you have on your ad. We can send you a monthly report that shows all the activity that's taking place on Valpak.com, how many people went to your website from the print advertisement, the phone calls, we can record them, we can send that to you, and we can use this data to be accountable. We want to be accountable, we want to make sure that the advertisements are working for you, and we can use this information to tweak the advertisements and dial them in if we need to. So we'd love to help you out. If you'd like more information, give us a call. Our main phone number is 801-900-3996, or you can email us at support@utahvalpak.com. And we hope to see your business in the Valpak envelope soon. Thanks for checking us out.